So one of, I think, the most common questions that I get when I do a consult for a bankruptcy case is, how fast can I get this case filed? So watch this video and find out. Okay, so as a bankruptcy attorney, a consumer bankruptcy attorney, I would say the majority of people that I talk to during the week when I'm doing my consults, they have some kind of an emergency. And it can be, hey, my car just got repossessed. Usually they do this in the wee hours of the morning and you wake up and your car's gone. Not a great way to start your day. Obviously, people will be in a panic when they call me and they're like, oh my God, I need my car. I need to be able to get to work, pick my kids up, all that stuff. So yes, a lot of times when people call me, there's an urgent situation. Same thing with garnishments. Fridays, it's garnishment day. I will get a call usually either early in the morning when someone's just checked their paycheck, or in the afternoon after it deposits into their account, and they're like, oh my God, I just lost 25% of my paycheck to garnishment, and so now it's an emergency. It's urgent that this case needs to get filed so we can stop these creditor actions from occurring. So lots of urgency in bankruptcy filings, and I wanted to do this video because I'll have folks, they call me, we're doing the consult, and a big part of my job is setting expectations for folks. Now, first of all, I have filed cases literally in 45 minutes because it was a really awful situation and there was a foreclosure and it was just nuts. But we were able to quickly file a bankruptcy petition to at least put the stay in place and stop the action. Now, when people ask me this question, how fast can you file my case? I can file your case. I do electronic filing. It doesn't take me very long at all to prepare a case. I've been doing this over 20 years. So I can write a case, prepare a case quickly, 30 minutes. However, you as the client, it depends on how fast you move. So that's what I always tell folks. I can get a case filed quickly. It just depends on how fast you move. So I wanted this video so you understand if you are facing, you need to have a bankruptcy case filed quickly, or you may have to pull the trigger quickly. Get your bankruptcy attorney everything they ask for. For my clients, here's the process. We do a consult. I do most of my consults either by FaceTime, Zoom, or we have another video app that a lot of people like to use, which is fine. So we do the consult, go through everything, and then if my client has not already done the intake form, because we send our clients the little online intake form before we meet. But if they haven't, it's okay. I send every one of my clients an email. It says getting started. Literally has your to-do list. It is not a big list. It's like 4 things right there. So simple, super simple in terms of here's what I need from you. So if you need to get your case filed quickly, do the list. Now I understand you can be panicked and you're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But for instance, I'll have someone fill out the intake form, they'll send me everything, but they don't send me their ID. I can't file a bankruptcy case unless I have a copy of your ID, usually a driver's license, and proof of your social security number. And that has to be either a copy of the actual card, or it can be a W-2 or a 1099 that has the entire number, not just the last 4 digits, like a lot of them do now. I have to have, if that's what you're providing for your social, I gotta have the whole thing. So you are going to slow the case up if you don't follow those instructions. So when people ask me, how fast can you file a case? Yeah, I can do same day filing, easy, but I have to have the information from you. So if it is so urgent, please, please, please make sure that you read the instructions and see what you need. And again, it's not a lot of things. It's just kind of common sense, basic things. Proof of income for the last 60 or 90 days, depending on what chapter you file. Copy of your last filed tax return. The tax return, not the W-2, the tax return. You have to do an online credit counseling class that gives you a certificate before I can file your case. If you don't do the class, I can't file the case. I literally have 3 cases right now still hanging that everything's done. They've signed everything. They've provided me everything but the class. And I send messages and reminders. And, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's great. I can't move until you do that. So make sure, we're a team. It's not just me. I got to have your input. I got to have your help because it's your case, not my case. It's your case. So my job is to tell you, like a coach, tell you, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what we got to do this so we can, get you over the finish line. But I can't do those things for you. You have to do that. So if you have an emergency filing, need to get a case filed quickly, just make sure that you read the initial email. At least if you're one of my clients, it's super easy. You get a getting started email, has everything there, literally everything there. And if for some reason you can't find your email, I have it on my website under the How to Get Started tab. And I also send my clients a text message with a link to the webpage that has the to-do list as well. So I don't know what else to do to tell people what they need. At some point, you've got to make sure that you are staying on top of a filing. But at the end of the day, yes, you can get a bankruptcy case filed the same day you meet with an attorney if you are providing all of the information that attorney needs. And you need to check with the attorney what their schedule is. If you contact your attorney, if you send them everything at 6 o'clock at night, probably you're not going to get a response until the next day. So you need to make sure that, you're communicating with your attorney. And, a lot of my clients will ask me, hey, what's your cutoff? What's my cutoff time today to get you everything? Which I totally appreciate. And I think that's a great way to work. And so, if I have foreclosures the next day, I'll tell everyone, hey, I got to have everything in by a certain time because day before foreclosure is crazy. And I'm not going to be typing petitions at 1 o'clock in the morning because someone didn't get their act together. So just make sure if you have an emergency situation, read the requirements and make sure you're communicating with your attorney. If you have any questions about filing bankruptcy here in Georgia, because that's where I practice, I'm always happy to answer questions. My information is in the description below, and feel free to reach out.